Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number 415 in a 619 finish. This is a wall stop is what it is. Not a very common wall stop in the sense that, well, wall stops are certainly quite common, but this is a little less common because of its size. This has a 4-inch diameter, and the 4-inch diameter unit is used, quite frankly, when you are looking to, well, a couple of reasons. You might have some, you might have a hole in your drywall from the knob going a little too aggressively towards the wall. This larger diameter will assist you in kind of mitigating that damage, okay, and getting something put on there. It's also used in those applications where you do have a high volume, maybe abusive application where the door is constantly hitting the wall, and you expect that there's going to be damage to the trim and to the wall eventually. This larger diameter is going to help spread that force out to help prevent that sort of damage from occurring in the first place. So that's basically what you're dealing with on this item. So the unit is installed, and it's actually quite interesting how this gets installed with this backing plate. I'm going to show that to you in a moment, but this is what it looks like just right out of the blocks. Now this is what the 415 is. The 415 is a very large wall stop. It's in the satin nickel finish, 619, and 619 means two things. It means all of this is made of solid brass, and that it means it means three things. It's made of solid brass. It is satin nickel plated, and it has a clear coat or a lacquer over it to help protect the finish. Not a lot, but it will give you that sheen that's there. Okay, let's take a couple of basic dimensional properties. Put the bumper back in, and I don't know if this bumper is available as a replacement product. I will contact the factory, and if it is, meaning if you can buy this insert alone, I will update the profile of the item. Let's take a couple of basic dimensional properties. They've got it at 4-inch diameter. Yeah, ever so slightly shy on that. They have it at 3/4-inch projection. I would say that that would be accurate. It looks like it's a little shy on that, but nonetheless, right in that range. Now this is going to have some interesting fasteners included here. Actually, let's take a look at those fasteners right now. There's a whole mess of fasteners. Let's take a look at those right now. Okay, so they call that this. They say that this hardware package is a universal hardware package, and it certainly appears as if it is. Close, not exactly universal. Anyway, so for the plate that's going to need to mount to the wall first, you're going to install the unit, provided you can, through this hole. Meaning, if you already have a hole that is in your unit, if you already have a hole, I should say, that is in your wall, you're probably going to need to mitigate that sort of problem first. So I was just trying to get the camera to refocus. In this first hole, assuming there's something to attach to, they're giving you a machine screw and a lead anchor. Okay, if you have a wall that would take that, a masonry wall, things of that nature. You have a machine screw and a toggle wing. So you have a toggle bolt as well. Okay. Then you're going to have 3 flathead sheet metal screws in a satin nickel type finish. You're going to have 3 what are probably 832 flat undercut head machine screws. And back to those sheet metal screws, they're also going to give you 3 plastic anchors. Okay, so what happens is you get the plate attached to the wall, then you'll bring the rest of the unit over, and clearly through these holes that are in the unit itself, you're going to run your screw through that hole in the back plate. If you're going to use those machine screws, those what I believe to be 832 flat undercut head machine screws, you're going to be forming those threads as you go into that metal backing plate. Okay, so which actually I believe it's aluminum. Yeah, it's not magnetic, and it feels like it's aluminum. I would be they're not thread forming or thread cutting screws at all. So I would suggest that you have a very well-fitting screwdriver with a very nice, large handle, meaning not the technical screwdrivers that have small handles. I would want to get a lot of that screwdriver in the palm of my hand so that I can confidently, positively create those threads as I run that screw in. If you're going to use the sheet metal screws, and with or without the plastic anchors, you're just going to literally pierce right through these holes or run the screw right through there. Okay, it will go through. It's not really meant for it, but it will, with a small amount of effort, it will certainly go through that pierced hole through the plate. Now let's talk about the different finishes that are available, and I think best to do so, let's switch to the screen view. So this is the item here indeed that we are looking at. Okay, and other finishes, let's just type that into the site and see what we have listed. Okay, as you can see, we certainly do have some different finishes listed there. And the first one that comes up is the US 10BE, which is a powder-coated dark bronze equivalent. It's a powder-coated dark brown. 605 for polished brass, 606 for satin brass, 612 for satin bronze, 613 oil rub bronze, 619 satin nickel, which is the item here, 625 polished chrome, 626 satin chrome. Extended description information down below here, made of brass, 4-inch diameter, 3/4 projection. Again, we'll find out if that Duraflex bumper is available as a separate item. And a list of the fasteners are here as well, right below that listing of the Duraflex bumper that we've gone over. Large size with flush backplate spreads impact of heavy or uncontrolled door contact, avoiding damage to wall. Universal screw pack is included. Let's take a look at the template first. Okay, so a dimensional drawing of the item. Nice to be able to see what that is. Diameter 4-inch. There's also a link to the product brochure, and the product brochure is helpful because it will allow you to review the 415 and a couple of its sister products. They do not make a concealed version of this, even though there is a concealed screw version of this available in the market, just not by Rockwood. At least one other company has a concealed version. Although when last checked, it was exceptionally expensive. Orders of magnitude more costly than this one, it seemed. So, just a one-page snippet, so to speak, out of the manufacturer's full-line catalog, a variety of different stops. Now, speaking of that full-line catalog, the link here to the manufacturer's page is very helpful because it will allow you to review not only all of the Rockwood products we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And this is the catalog that will have your 415 wall stop in it. Just do a find function on your keyboard for 415, and you'll get right to that area where all the wall stops, floor stops, etc. are located. Also, there is a link to the architectural door pull catalog, the Rockwood RM series of door pulls. That's 100+ pages of made-to-order door pulls of architectural base materials like stainless, brass, bronze, some aluminum, rubber wrapped, leather wrapped, with wood. I believe they call these the Arbor Tech. The Arbor Tech, yeah, or Arbor Met. Arbor Met, Arbor Tech are a couple of different series by them. Arbor wood, met metal. Arbor Tech, just primarily wood. Lots of different interesting pulls in here. If you are ever in the market for that, you'll want to review their catalog. Rockwood is not the only company that makes custom door pulls, but they are certainly a leader in that area. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, the name Rockwood is quite synonymous with very high quality trim and auxiliary hardware. And what I mean by that is, well, a number of things. First of all, the fit and finish. If you kind of study the satin nickel finish on here, it's thoroughly unblemished. They must have an exceptional command over the manufacturing process, because every time I see their products, they look really nice. They're also quite notable when it comes to the caliber of their customer service. Very, in my experience, very highly trained folks that are the ones that answer the phone. I very rarely need to get past customer service to technical support when I have a technical question. So they do really a phenomenal job in that regard. Prompt, reliable, predictable shipping lead times as well. Rockwood is almost flawless when it comes to just dependability of shipping material out. If you have any questions on the 415 in a 619 satin nickel finish or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.